you got after the quarterback there. You finally were able to get home. What was that like?
It feels good to finally, be able to get home. A couple times when I think as a unit we've all been so close a lot this year, and we have so many pressures, and we still have a decent amount of sacks, but being able to get home, a couple times today definitely felt good.
Was it nice? You've seen JT, you've seen Zach get there, and now finally get home. I'm sure he just asked you that, but to finally see yourself do that, I mean, what does that mean for you, confidence-wise, and where can you go from here?
Yeah, I just knew I had to keep working. I knew it was coming. Just kept my head down, kept working. I've had a couple opportunities, last few games to get, one or two here or there, and, just missed. It's kind of just football sometimes, and I just couldn't, been trying not to let that affect me. And, it feels good to get home finally, though.
That second one kind of really crunched the quarterback. Is that one feeling a little better than the first one?
Which one?
How hard you hit him? The second one.
I think it was the first one. I think it was.
What is it? Was it?
Yeah,
I
think
the second one, you ragdolled him on the second one.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know I hit the first time I hit him that hard. Sometimes you kind of feel when people leave their feet, and I kind of felt that, so it felt nice to, get a hit like that.
The second one, it looked like you kind of barely got him, grabbed him and were able to throw it down. I guess what allowed you to get through with enough momentum to kind of grab him and pull him to the ground?
Yeah, I kind of noticed he started to, duck a little bit. I didn't want to call for a targeting, really, so that's why I went for more of a wrap and roll tackle that we work on a lot of practice. And, I didn't want to get called for a cheap targeting call coming in free.
It's like a little bit of a twist you guys kind of ran on that play that kind of sprung you free. You can walk through what you were trying to accomplish.
Yeah, my first step, I realized that he slid real hard my way, and I knew I had the up and under right away, so I just hit it real quick, and Teron did a good job ripping the B gap, and it came clean. They slid the opposite way, the center went the opposite way, and was able to come free, so it worked out pretty well.
Is that a call, or is it just two guys kind of working together to find the right place?
Sometimes it's a call, sometimes it's just more of a natural feeling. It just kind of just naturally happens. I think that one was called, though.
It was on the other side of the ball, and everybody deals with injuries, but how did it feel with the celebration for Cambad finally?
Oh, my gosh, man. I mean, it almost brought tears to my eyes, seeing the stuff he's been through, and how hard he's worked, and how humble he is, and how big of a man of faith he is, inspires me. And, getting to see him out there, catch a touchdown, his first touchdown at Ohio State, it means the world for, all of us. And like I said, this almost brought me to tears. I mean, seeing how hard he worked and how good of a kid he is. And, he inspires all of us to be better people.
Jack, this defense, second week in a row, just give up 7 points. I'm sorry. Give up another touchdown later on after the muff.
Yeah.
Just in general, defensively, do you feel like you guys are starting to put some things together?
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of things we can work on, but I think collectively we're starting to, beat to the same tune and, make plays. And I just think we're all, figuring out the defense as we're going, and right now we're playing really good football, which is it's the best time to play good football in November. And so, like I said, I feel like we're clicking at the right time.
Was last week just an anomaly on third down that they converted so many of them? You were 3 of 17 today, so that was much better.
Yeah, I think just in football sometimes it happens. Maybe a broken tackle here or there, or a collapsed pocket here and there in a scramble. So you're going to have those sometimes on third downs. I think it was a lot of third and shorts too, and I think the weather played in a factor as well. And they got us out of gas a couple of times going to that Wildcat, and got to tip our hat to Northwestern. They played tough that last week.
Jack, it seems like a lot of maybe some of the times this year that you're talking about those broken plays, the guys just running the other way from you. Today, they came into your lap a little bit.
Yeah.
Is it luck, or is that you're just putting yourself in the right spot, or both?
I mean, we all play assignment-based football. That's what this defense is, centered around. So, some weeks, you're not going to make a lot of plays. You just got to live with it, and you got to stay in your gaps so the people behind you can make plays. And, in games like this, sometimes, it's your day. So, it's kind of just the way it goes. And, it's a team defense. So.
Jack, it seems like at the beginning of the year with Mike and Teron, who's got Tyreek, the pressure was coming from the inside, and it's worked its way out as the year's gone on. Have you noticed that, and have you guys seen that on film, how it started earlier in the year inside, and now it's starting to work its way out to the defensive ends?
Yeah, I think early in the year, when you first start a season, you're not going to be perfect on the edge. And I think, our whole defensive end room has been picking it up a lot. And, just keep working, and we knew it was going to come eventually. And, the inside guys are still playing real well. Teron's, been a beast for us, taking on double teams almost every play. I know he gets pissed and tired of it, but he does it anyway for us. Keeps our linebackers free. So, yeah, I think just collectively, you know, we've all been making strides and all been, you know, pressing the pocket a little bit.
How much do you guys have? How often do you guys in defensive end kind of thank Teron for what he's doing right now?
Oh, I thank him all the time. You know, it's funny when we're coming off the field and, you know, Teron's got a funny personality, always making us laugh. So he's always laughing about, damn, another double team. You know, I'm like, yeah, appreciate it, thank you. So, you know, it's all fun. You know, he likes what he's doing. And, you know, we definitely appreciate it.
There's been a lot of 2-minute drills before the end of the half where they have the ball, you guys have a chance to stop them. Even if they get momentum, you guys end up coming out in that situation without giving up points. What is it about the defense that makes you guys successful in those situations?
Yeah, you know, I think it's just what Coach Knowles preaches that the most important play is the next play. And I think last year, you know, we let a big play kind of mess with our heads and we'd still get out of gaps, you know, give a touchdown. But this year, you know, we're bending, but we're not breaking. And we know that in football, you know, teams are going to make plays. You know, it's Division I football. There's a lot of good players out there on a ton of different teams. So they're going to make plays every once in a while. You know, we just got to regroup for the next play.
When they're running hurry up like that, what is going through your head to slow down what's happening on the field and think about what the thing is that you have to do and the group has to do to get that stop?
Yeah, you know, I just really you know, once we get the call, just lock into your assignment. You know, as soon as we get the call and they're trying to go fast, you know, most of the time when teams are going hurry up, they're not doing anything special. They're just trying to get us out of line, you know, and then run a little run play. They'll usually not go for anything, you know, they'll go for 10 if someone's out of their gap because they're going so fast. So it's all about just getting lined up and playing your assignment.
You guys have talked about wanting shutouts.
Yeah.
Are you guys starting to realize how hard it actually is to shut out a team? I mean,
Yeah.
one score is one thing, two is another thing, but like to shut a team out is really difficult to do.
Yeah, no, shutting a team out is super hard in football. You know, you never know what can happen. A muff punt, you know, a turnover on offense, something like that, you know, flips the field real quick. You know, they end up with 3 or 7. And so, you know, we just, like I said, just bend, don't break. And, you know, we know that the other teams are going to score sometimes, you know, so we can't get too frustrated with that.
I know you're awfully busy up front, but when a guy like Lathan Ransom is having as good a day as he is behind you, do you feel it?
Oh, yeah, I mean, definitely. When you got a guy like Lathan, which I think he's been playing that well all year, kind of like we saw in fall camp, you know, he just – Coach Knowles calls it pulling your trigger. I mean, he pulls his trigger, he flies up, and he doesn't, you know, he doesn't hesitate. And when you know you got that behind you, it makes you feel better, makes you play a little more freely too.
Last question. Anybody? Jack, were you on the field last week on that play where the guy somehow avoided 4 different players who were going to sack him?
Yeah, I was one of the guys who missed him. Yeah,
Well, I'm just wondering,
I was going for a kill shot, and he cut a little bit, and I missed, running full speed. But yeah, I was.
how much does a play like that stick with you after it happens? And then did you feel like you were all able to kind of let out a little frustration with that today?
Oh yeah, I mean when that happens, you know, we're all kind of beating ourselves up because we just let a free sack go. You know, I know that's how I am. But you know, like I said, you can't really focus on it. Once it's done, you go back to the bench, you gotta let it go, or else it's gonna stick with you for too long and affect the way you rush the rest of the game. So yeah, I mean it's tough sometimes when that happens, but I mean quarterbacks are gonna make plays like that every once in a while.